Palestinians in Gaza marking the 104th year of the Balfour Declaration. Protesters are demanding that the United Kingdom recognizes Palestine as an independent state and compensates Palestinians for their misery. Hundreds of Palestinians protested in the Jablia refugee camp in Gaza's embattled Gaza Strip, demanding that the UK accept an independent Palestinian state. The demonstration took place on the 104th year of the Balfour Declaration, a public declaration by the United Kingdom voicing support for a national home for the Jewish people in Palestine. Arthur Balfour, the UK's then Foreign Secretary, issued the statement in the form of a letter. The protest on Tuesday was organized by Palestinian organizations, and participants carried posters and chanted phrases imploring the UK to honor its commitment and recognize an independent Palestinian state with Jerusalem as its capital, as well as to acknowledge the suffering caused by the announcement. The Balfour Declaration is largely credited as kicking off the process that led to the creation of Israel in 1948. More than 750,000 Palestinians were forcibly driven from their homes during the conflict that preceded the formation of the Israeli state, which Palestinians refer to as the Nakba, or catastrophe. The Balfour Declaration was a public statement released by the British government in 1917 during World War I, pledging support for the formation of a national home for the Jewish people in Palestine, which was then an Ottoman territory with a small Jewish community. The declaration was written in a letter from the United Kingdom's Foreign Secretary Arthur Balfour to Lord Rothschild, a British Jewish community leader, on November 2, 1917. For forwarding to the Zionist Federation of Great Britain and Ireland. On November 9, 1917, the declaration's text was released in the press. By June 13, 1917, it was acknowledged by Ronald Graham, head of the Foreign Office's Middle Eastern Affairs Department, that the three most relevant politicians, the Prime Minister, the Foreign Secretary, and the Parliamentary Under-Secretary of State for Foreign Affairs, Lord Robert Cecil, were all in favor of Britain supporting the Zionist movement. On the same day, Wiseman had written to Graham to advocate for a public declaration. Balfour contacted Lord Rothschild and Wiseman to propose a formula for a declaration 6 days later, during a meeting on June 19. The Zionist negotiating team drafted a 143-word version over the next few weeks, but Sykes, Graham, and Rothschild thought it was too comprehensive on sensitive issue. Separately, the Foreign Office had drafted a quite different text, which described in 1961 by Harold Nicholson, who had been involved in the preparation of the document, as proposing a sanctuary for Jewish victims of persecution. The Zionists were outraged by the Foreign Office's draft, and it was scrapped. No copy of the text has been located in the Foreign Office archives. After further dialogue, Lord Rothschild created a revised, only 46 words in length, far shorter written declaration, which he forwarded to Balfour on July 18. The Foreign Office received it, and the issue was submitted to the Cabinet for formal consideration. I have much pleasure in conveying to you, on behalf of His Majesty's government, the following declaration of sympathy with Jewish Zionist aspirations, which has been submitted to, and approved by, the Cabinet. His Majesty's government view with favor the establishment in Palestine of a national home for the Jewish people, and will use their best endeavors to facilitate the achievement of this object. It being clearly understood that nothing shall be done which may prejudice the civil and religious rights of existing non-Jewish communities in Palestine, or the rights and political status enjoyed by Jews in any other country, I should be grateful if you would bring this declaration to the knowledge of the Zionist Federation. According to the official Palestinian news agency Wafa, President Mahmoud Abbas issued a presidential decree earlier this week directing that the national flag be flown at half-staff on November 2 every year to mark the Balfour Declaration. The necessity of reminding the world in general, and the United Kingdom in particular, of the Palestinian people suffering in their rights to attain independence, statehood, and self-determination was emphasized in the decree.
Don't forget to like the video and subscribe. Flash. Why you have to pay to read, when you can watch and listen to global top stories for free on Flash YouTube channel. Keep watching and listening to Flash. Thanks.